Hello, this is Matt Beard, and welcome to Coffee House Games. The goal for this series of videos is to do a walkthrough, a very quick walkthrough of Resident Evil 1 remastered for the PlayStation 4. Now basically what I'm going to be doing is showing how to beat this game in less than 3 hours. And if you already know how to do that, beautiful. If not, this video is for you. Now, beating in less than 3 hours means you're just going to unlock everything. At least almost everything. So you're going to want to be Jill Valentine, without a doubt. And if you're a completionist, I am very sorry. I'm going to be skipping all of the cutscenes because I need to save time and we need to get through this game in 3 hours, okay? And if you want, you can go play it yourself and watch all the cutscenes, or you can probably find them on YouTube, but I'm sorry I'm going to have to skip them for right now. Now we're going to enter the survival horror. Such a classic game that's been remastered, and it's really, truly one of my favorite games of all time, just because it's such a huge part of my childhood. I played this game with my brothers and sisters and everything, and it was like the first rated M game I ever got, and it was a survival horror, and I've always been a horror fanatic. This makes me incredibly happy. All right. We are at the beginning, the dining room, where it all starts.
I think you'd better.
Yep, there's blood on the ground. I know that, Barry. We're just going to take a left and go visit this very famous first zombie scene. Alright, but we gotta go back and let Barry take care of this. Because it's Barry's job to do what Jill should have done. Barry, it's a monster. I have a gun myself, but I want you to shoot him. You know, I don't want to waste my bullets. Oh yeah, and the zombie's totally still alive. Surprise, surprise, Wesker isn't here. One of the things I love about this game is that the soundtrack is just wonderful. It's so creepy. It really creates a like a creepy atmosphere. Something that's very eerie, like there's something wrong. And I really like that about this game. And you get the lockpick, you know, because Jill, the master of unlocking, as Barry puts it in the very first Resident Evil for the PlayStation and for the Nintendo 64. I figured you, Jill, the master of unlocking things, would make better use of it. It's some kind of weird dialogue like that. Anyways, we are going to go here and find that. Look at that. Barry isn't there, but the blood's still there, so. Anyways, we're going to go this way, even though Jill said she'd go the other way, just because there's nothing really over that way. All it's going to introduce you to is another zombie, and you'll get a self-defense item, but really just going to use that self-defense item right away anyway, so it doesn't even make sense to get it. It's just an experience, really. We don't like experiences, we just want to play the game and get through it as fast as we can and get to the climax, right? That's what we're about. I'm gonna grab this herb. We take the herb. And to save space, we're going to combine them. And if you notice, Chris, when you play as Chris, not that he's a bad character or anything, but you know, if you're just trying to complete this as fast as you can, really be Jill. Because you have the lockpick, which you can unlock very simple locks. You know, even though a good gunshot to the lock would probably do it, but they don't use that kind of logic in this game. We're just going to try to run our way around this guy, and we need this. This is very important. We need this arrow. Well, specifically, we need the arrowhead. We don't need the arrow itself, I mean. How you figured that out, I mean, I don't know. Because, you know, by examining, you just find a random arrow. Look, the arrowhead comes off. And for some reason, we assume that this is the crucial part. It's the only part we need, but this is a video game. That's how games kind of work. This is also a very traditional, it's a very old game. But I love it. I think it still stands the test of time just because it's such a classic in my mind. I know pretty much everything about this game. I know the entire layout of the mansion. I can picture it all in my head. I can picture the residence in my head and the entire lab in my head. It's just all there in my brain, in my imagination, just because I've played this game so many times. Okay, so we're gonna go out here to the graveyard. And what's in the graveyard is a bunch of tombstones. Now, if this were on a harder difficulty, there'd be about 2 zombies out here, but since we're on easy difficulty, there are 0. But we're gonna go all the way over here, and we're gonna use this arrowhead. We're gonna run our way down these stairs. Dungeon-like place. And we're gonna find the Book of Curse, or the Curse of Books, or... You take the Book of Curses. And immediately we're gonna examine this, and look at that, a key is on the very back, and this is the sword key. Well, it's the mansion key, but if you look on the back of the key, there's an emblem of a sword carved into it. And we're gonna skip reading documents, and I'm very sorry for you completionists out there, just because probably driving you crazy that not watching all the cutscenes, reading all the documents, looking at all the beautiful paintings on the wall. But like I said, this is a very concise walkthrough. This is how we're gonna get through it in 3 hours. Bear with me. The road goes ever on down from the door where it began. Now far ahead the road has come. Alright, I know, like, that song from Lord of the Rings probably isn't very fitting here, but if you read Fellowship of the Ring, the book, see all the lyrics to the song. It's kind of hard to understand it sometimes in the movie. So we're gonna go down this creepy hallway, and I've always, when I was a kid playing this game, and I did play this as a kid just because, you know, what else is a 10-year-old gonna do? But that hallway, I always was really scared of the soundtrack, and I wanted to leave as soon as I could. You know. And this dog whistle we just found is very crucial. It took me forever to figure out. I just went back and read all the documents over and over again. And it took me forever to figure out that it's telling me to go somewhere with that picture. A place I had been many, many times. Gotta get this lighter. Comes in handy a little later. But we're gonna try to get all the items so that we can. As soon as you're gonna open this door, there's gonna be a zombie right on your right and a zombie downstairs. We're just gonna run this way really quickly. Deal with him in a little bit. This other zombie might be able to grab you. You might be able to avoid him. There we go. So anyway, so one of the first things we're gonna do is use that dog whistle. When we find that balcony, and it's not very far from here. Alright, if you go in this item box, these item boxes are very important. They're very useful. At least, in the later part of the game when you have to, when you have a lot of items that you need to wait to use. It's a nice place to put the items. But if you play in survival mode, or I believe also invisible enemies once you unlock it, you can, the boxes aren't linked, so if you put one thing in one box, you're not going to be able to get it back. Unless you go to that same box. So, I mean, if you go to... Oh, I'm not being confused. Okay. Oh, okay. Forgot how to shoot for a second. Good thing I have a self-defense knife. Die. Oh, man. Usually don't struggle that much with these guys. Alright. I'm sorry if, I just need to unlock this. That's about all I gotta do. Oh man, some bitch is coming up the stairs! Pardon my language. I usually don't like to kill these, just because, I mean, if I kill them, I like to dispose of their bodies. Is he dead? Because when these guys, see, these zombies aren't really dead. They're just gonna lie there for a little bit. Until they become Crimson Heads, or as, my brother and I like to call them when we played through this game, runners. Doorknob looks like it's ready to fall apart. Go through it anyways. Yes, we will. So, eventually they're going to mutate into, runners, so I'll call them. And as the nickname, I suppose, suggests, they run really fast and they're incredibly violent. Alright, so, this room right there, not gonna even bother going in there. Just because we're trying to get through this quickly, there's no point in going in there. All you're gonna get is a dagger, and you're gonna stomp on a zombie's head. That's about it. We're gonna go out here to get these chemicals, because these chemicals are really important for later. We might pick up an herb, because actually needed right now. These zombie dogs rarely will come out. They usually just patrol there, but I don't know what triggers them to come out, but sometimes they do, and they can attack. Yeah, like jump to the fence or something. We're gonna go through this door, but warning, jump scare ahead. Probably the most famous jump scare in all of like survival horror was this one right here. A lot of people describe this jump scare as incredibly terrifying, and I will personally attest to that because when I was a kid and I played this, scared the living hell out of me when that dog jumped through the window. It was terrifying. Let's get this handgun ammo under here. You know, good old secrets. If you can call it a secret, I think most people realize that it's there. And here's another one. No, 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 get off me. You do not want them to stay on you. And the way you get the zombies off of you is you take the left thumbstick, the one you mainly control with, and you move it, basically, as fast as you can. And if you don't do that, the zombie dogs will, like, rip your throat right out, so be prepared for that if you're not gonna be willing to put up a fight. Use the mansion key. Now this is the room we told Barry we're gonna go in. So once we come out of this room, not this room, but the room, the door straight in front of us. There's a map up there. You don't need it. Just waste time. I mean, it's nice if you want to go back and play and be a completionist to get everything, get all the trophies. We're gonna run into Barry, but we're gonna skip it. He's gonna give us acid shells, and I don't really like that because it's just gonna take up more space. But anyway, what we need to do is go up here. Go to this double door right here. And we're gonna go to this side. We're gonna leave the zombie alone unless the zombie's over here. He will be over here later. Depends on a certain point in the game, the zombie will be on that side at the far end. So he will surprise you eventually. Go over here and we're gonna lock this door. And we're gonna go out here. This is the balcony where the dog is. Oh, and by that I mean the dog that we need because for the dog whistle. And wish me luck because sometimes it's kind of hard to take these dogs down. I don't have a shotgun that would make very quick use of them. You played a dog whistle. Get off of me! You mongrel mutt! Damn it! Please, I don't want to die. Not this soon in my life. You know, they sound like monkeys when they die. Ooh, that one's head just exploded. Where did... What kind of thorny plant you've never seen before? Never in your entire life have you seen that thorny plant. This is truly an experience. Alright, you got the dog collar. Now, this dog collar is incredibly important, and I keep saying everything's important just because almost everything is in this game. Every item you're going to find is useful somewhere. a coin was hidden inside of it. It's not a coin, it's actually a replica key. This is the key you're going to use to get the armor key. This is not the actual key, though, because the actual key is in a place where a trap is being set. Where a trap is set, basically. If you take the actual key out, the trap will come and kill you. But if you don't, just leave it there. Of course, the trap won't come. But if you take the key out and put the replica in it, guess what? You deactivate the trap and you don't have to worry about it. Now there's going to be one zombie downstairs and there's going to be a zombie up here on your right. Well, from Jill's right. No, Jill's left. No, fuck it. Ugh, what a sick perv. Throwing up on Jill. There's something like really like weird, creepy stalker sickos do, don't they? I don't know. I don't know why I went in here, to be honest. Let's see, is there any real reason why I just did this? Yes, to put the acid shells here because it's just totally unnecessary to have them. But I may as well grab the herb, just because we're gonna need it. Alright, I've been playing for about 13 minutes of gameplay so far. Doing fairly well. We've gotten some stuff done that normally takes a couple of hours. Now this is an important door because once you unlock it, it's gonna lead you to the hallway which you go in. You can see it's already pretty familiar. This is where the one zombie was. And look at that. That zombie is now a Crimson Head or a runner. And he will stalk you for all eternity until you kill him. So this is the room where the trap is, and you can see the spike thing. See those tracks? Yeah. Kind of already see what's gonna happen. Look at that. May whoever takes this key find peace and that's very encouraging. Now let me ask you something. If you were the head of a research department that basically was researching, I suppose, medicine, biological weapons in this case, how much would you go through to hide a key? To what lengths would you go through? I mean, this seems a little unnecessary. This seems like something you see like an Indiana Jones film. Why is it in a mansion? I mean, seriously, like, for example, if you're working here, let's say you're one of the scientists, and your boss, he tells you, hey, you need to go in this room to, Anyway, runner startled me for a little bit. But anyways, he tells you, yeah, you need to go to this one room and you need the armor key. Oh, look at that. It's a very awkward screenshot there. But yeah, you need to go through all of that. Damn it, you dick! I only almost have to kill him because otherwise you'll waste a dagger. Yeah, die. Yeah, and you have to go through all that. Sorry, I keep interrupting myself, but you have to go through all that just to get a key. I mean, you gotta do that every single time. Do they put the key back every time? Who put that key there? You know, questions. What are the answers? And this is where you're going to use the chemicals. You're gonna use it right out here. So basically, if you want to beat this game in 3 hours, what you're gonna have to do is think ahead, and you're gonna have to know this game pretty well. If you haven't beat this game before, you're probably going to want to just try to beat it in less than 5 hours. You got to think ahead. You got to have everything with you when you need it. Otherwise, you're going to keep running around and waste time. You're going to pick the red, because if you pick the green, you're going to destroy a bunch of herb. You don't want to destroy the herb because you need it. You're gonna get one of these death masks. And these masks will come into play a little later. Well, actually, they kind of come into play as soon as you get them, because what you have to do is that room that we found the Book of Curse in, you have to go down there and put the masks on the sculptures of the faces down there. You got to match up the mask to the sculpture. Zombies, they were waiting for their cue. They were like, now? No, the zombie was like, no, not now. How about now? No, not now. Okay, now? Now is good. Yeah, do it now. She did the chemical thing and she got the mask and I have to kill her now. This zombie's freaky. When they remastered the zombie, it really is terrifying. Especially in the down the hallway like that. It's just uber creepy. Anyways, I'm gonna unlock this door. That's the armor key door. And I'm gonna go down here and unlock this door. Because I believe it's the last sword key door we had to worry about. There's no further use. Discard. Yes, always discard. And I'm not gonna bother going in there because you really don't even need to until much, much later. You don't even need to go in there at the moment. You're gonna have to go is back through here. I'm gonna go back to the creepy hallway that I said I didn't like to be in as a kid. It scared me. Alright, so there are 2 armor key doors in this hallway. The big, shiny one. There's this one right there, the wooden. We're not going to go in there yet. But here we're going to go into. And then there's going to be 2 more armor key doors. Well, actually, there's 3 more armor key doors in total. But we'll take care of those later. Now, this is a puzzle. It's actually a really easy puzzle to solve. Once you memorize it. And if you want to beat this game in like less than 3 hours, you're just gonna have to remember everything. I remember all the passwords. There's a switch here. Will you press it? Yes. And if you press it without doing the puzzle, it will unleash a bunch of gas into the room. And you don't want to stay in there too long, otherwise you die. Now, in this box, mystery box, is a secret string that leads to a secret compartment that shows a picture of an embarrassing Snapchat. You know what? I fucked that one up. It's an embarrassing photograph of SpongeBob at the Christmas party. I kind of messed up the reference. Anyway, so now that we got 2 masks of death, we need to get the 3rd one. Well, we're not going to worry about it quite yet, because what we need is to go through this door, because we locked it. And we're going to hope that these zombies aren't runners yet, because that would be very inconvenient. Which is great. I'm going to unlock this door. Don't even need to go in there, to be honest. If you want to beat this in 3 hours, I mean, you could probably still do it in less than 3 without doing all the, with doing all the extra stuff. But for right now, we're just going to skip it. It's just going to lead you to some stuff that's going to eventually lead you to getting a Magnum, which is great in like harder difficulties, but you really don't even need it in these easier game modes. I mean, the Magnum's cool, you know, it's like an instant decapitation for any zombie, really. But it's not exactly completely necessary. But anyways, I'm going to collect all these items, I'm going to put them in the box, and then I'm going to save it, and this is where I'm going to end the first video. So anyways, this is Matt Beard from Coffee House Games, and thanks for watching so far. If you liked the video, please subscribe, and I will see you next time.